When you want to focus on what is important, we should allow the small things to pass by.
But if you can't actually take the time to focus on the thing that's important to you, you're never going to accomplish a big goal.
Focus. That's it. Focus.
Rise and shine, it's Espresso time. Good morning, Believe Nation. It's Evan. My one word is believe, and I believe in you. I believe you have an amazing gift inside you that I want to see explode out onto the world. So grab your coffee and sip on today's message, focus. Over to you, Gaur Gopal Das.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
When one looks at the crane, standing on one leg, completely focused into the waters, the crane with one pointed attention is looking at the waters as the fishes are swimming inside the waters. The crane will allow the small fish to swim around and not be satisfied with them. It'll allow the small fishes to go around and swim around. The crane will focus and wait for the big fish to come. If the crane settles with the small fish, it'll lose the big fish. And if the crane wants the big fish, it has to allow the small fish to pass by and go around. Similarly in life, when you want to focus on what is important, we should allow the small things to pass by. We shouldn't be distracted by the little things. Sometimes there'll be interpersonal issues and conflicts. Sometimes there'll be some health crises. Sometimes there might be a financial crisis. So many things keep happening in life. Let the small things pass by and focus on what's important.
If you can't learn to focus, you will never reach your goals. This is one of the hardest things that entrepreneurs have because we love coming up with new ideas. We love being distracted. We love new shiny objects. We're coming up with an idea a minute. But if you can't actually take the time to focus on the thing that's important to you, you're never going to accomplish a big goal. And so often what people get locked into is going after the small fish, is doing the small wins because it gives you that instant hit. And so you end up getting little tiny deals for your business. You end up getting 5 more likes on your Instagram account. All these little tiny wins that come through, and you never dedicate the time to go after that big fish. You never have enough time to focus on those big projects that you really, really, really want to do because you're constantly getting distracted by other people and your own little ideas. So if I look back on my entrepreneurial career, one of the things that I really used to pride myself on was email. I would always answer email really quickly. If you sent me an email, within 2 minutes you would get a response. And I felt that that was good service. I felt like that was the right thing to do. And then as people responded back to say, wow, you're so fast, that fed the loop, right? That made me want to do it again and again and again because I'm getting recognition for it. The problem was, I wasn't getting any major work done. As soon as an email came in, I would stop to read that email and I'd get sidetracked from what I was working on. And so if you ever have some big project that you're trying to do, if you're trying to write a book, you're trying to make a big sale, you're trying to make an amazing video, you have this big dream that you're chasing after, every time you get distracted, every time you focus on one tiny little project, it prevents you from making progress on the big thing. And what ends up happening is people never spend time on that big thing. What I strongly encourage you to do is block out time in your calendar. Whenever you have this big project you're working on, for me, my book as an example, I blocked out every single Tuesday for my book. You could not reach me. There was no way to get a hold of me. I wasn't checking my email. There's a reason why I have a phone, but there's no phone number. There is no phone number. People get offended when they try to ask for my phone number. I say, I can't give you one because I don't have one, but they see that I have a phone. I don't actually have a number because it's other people's agenda for my time. Even if you don't answer the phone, you get distracted. You look, who is this person? You wonder, what does this person want? Where did I meet that person? What is this all about? And it distracts you from doing the work that you're supposed to be doing. And so when I was writing my book, the entire Tuesday was blocked off to write the book. And that allowed me to make massive progress on this really important project. Now there is a downside. You have to be willing to accept the collateral damage that happens and let go of little fish, let go of little projects. As an example, when I'm working and focused and I'm not answering email, I'll get opportunities from the media. Some journalists will write to me and say, hey, Evan, I'm working on a tight deadline. I need an answer on this topic. Can you get it to me by 3 o'clock? And I don't see it until the evening, or I don't see it till the next day. And so I lose out on that potential media opportunity, but it's worth it because I'm focusing my time on the big projects. And I think that's what brings a lot of people down. I think that's what keeps a lot of people doing the tiny little projects, because there is some wins to it. It makes you feel good. You're making some kind of little momentum and progress. But if you're only focused on the small fish, you will never be able to do the big projects that you have in your mind, that you're capable of, that you're able to create for this world. And so I encourage you strongly, at least one day a week, or at least 90 minutes every morning, carve it out for what I call CEO time, focus time, to be able to have you think about the biggest, most important priorities for your company, the big projects that you want to work on, shut out all distractions, teach the people around you not to interrupt you, set up walls to allow you to be able to focus, because that's where the gold is going to lie. So I've got some special bonus clips, but before that, my question of the day for you is, what are the little fish that are distracting you from accomplishing your big goals? Leave it down in the comments below. I'm curious to see your response. Thank you guys so much for watching. I believe in you. I hope you continue to believe in yourself and whatever your one word is. Much love. I'll see you soon. Enjoy the bonus clips, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning for another shot of Espresso.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso, keep me going.
Warren Buffett and Bill Gates simultaneously said one word: focus. That's it, focus. Many years that I was 100% focused, and I created a lot of wealth for myself. I only thought about one thing, and that was it. And I'm not saying that it's easy, because if it were easy, there'd be like a QLA shop on every corner like Starbucks. My market is 700,000 people out of 7 billion. If you want to be me. 700,000 out of 7 billion. I don't know what fraction that is, but it's not a very big one. That's it. There's 700,000 people on the planet that can commit to the focus, the laser beam focus of the Gates, Trumps, Ellisons, etc. If you want to create generational wealth is wealth that you make in 20 to 25 years, because depending on where you Google it, a generation is either 20 to 25 years. We do that, and I've taught, and I did it myself, how to do it in 4 to 7 years. And and virtually throwing everything that you've learned or read out the window. But it's focus, and not that many people can stay focused. In fact, that's an understatement, a gross understatement. Hardly anybody can stay focused.
See, most people think success is a straight line. I'm going to get out of high school, I'm going to get a job, and everything's going to be fine. That's not how it plays out, folks, okay? This is how it plays out. Guy decides he wants something, and the line gets all squiggly. See, right now, a guy decides over the summer, hey man, I'm gonna get this job this summer, and I'm gonna make some money this summer. And then he gets distracted by the first squiggly. I don't know what he's doing. He's squiggling off because he's not focused on his success. He squiggles. You ever use this term, squiggle? Yeah, man, I'm doing a squiggle. You know, I'm gonna go out and hang out with the guys this weekend. It's a squiggle. It's off path, off purpose, off potential. And so he ends up in a bunch of loops over here. Most people get stuck in loops. I did it. When I got out of high school, I was in a lot of trouble. Didn't have any focus. Wasn't fulfilling my potential. Was distracted. Didn't have a coach. Didn't have an older brother. Didn't have a father. Lost. What am I doing? Okay, don't know where I'm going. I know I got this potential. It's sitting there inside of me. It's a little candle burning. I know it's there. I hadn't quite put it out when I was 20 years old. But it was low. Any of you ever been there? What am I doing every day, man? Why am I getting up every day? Why am I going to school? I didn't even know why I was going to school. I was just going to school. I was just doing school. I didn't even want to go to school. See, I'm squiggling around, okay? If you persist and stay focused and surround yourself with other people that persist and stay focused, who knows, maybe you'll come out the other end.
There are times where I only have an hour and a half to record a song or just to finish writing a song. I don't like to waste time. I don't like to take forever on an album.
For Heart Attack, Demi took a look at the lyric and she's really trying to focus in right from the beginning and say, there's a guy and this is how I feel about him. And by the time you get to that first chorus, you know exactly how I feel. So she really focused in, those ideas. It made the song really pop.
Prioritizing things in your life. When I was doing X Factor at the same time, I knew that X Factor at that point became a priority. I feel like I work best when I focus on one thing at a time.
Raise your standard.
Apple, at the core, its core value is that we believe that people with passion can change the world for the better.
Not one drop of my self-worth depends on your acceptance of me.
I don't ever give up. I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated.
Hey Believe Nation, if you want to see my all-time favorite top 10 rules of success, I have a very special secret video for you. These are the individual clips that I have personally learned the most from and applied to my life and my business. Check the link in the description for details.